Well, it's been quite the long road for there to be a Clarice TV series based on the character Clarice Starling from the Thomas Harris novels. A TV version goes all the way back to 2012 when the Lifetime network tried to develop a Clarice series, which would have taken place after her graduation from the FBI Academy. The series was never made, and when the brilliant NBC series Hannibal was on the air, the creator, Brian Fuller, wanted to include Clarice in a future season of the show, which would have covered the events of Silence of the Lambs. However, that series was canceled after 3 seasons, and now we have the 2021 CBS series Clarice, which itself has a complicated backstory. CBS wanted a sequel series to Silence of the Lambs and hired Alex Kurtzman of the modern Star Trek series and Jenny Lumet, who herself wrote the film Rachel Getting Married from Silence director Jonathan Demme. However, slight little hiccup, due to the rights by MGM and the Dino De Laurentiis company, the series can't feature Hannibal Lecter or mention him by name. It is definitely a direct sequel, and plenty of other characters from Silence of the Lambs pop up in the pilot. Rebecca Breeds of the originals and Pretty Little Liars stars as Clarice, and the series takes place in 1993, a year after the events of the film. And it will constantly remind you of all the events, characters, and imagery of the first movie, right down to the opening title being like the advertising for Lambs. Clarice is dealing with PTSD due to her clash with Buffalo Bill, who, yes, it shows in the series, right down to even playing a little bit of Goodbye Horses, and mimicking a lot of the camera angles of the first movie in those flashbacks. But again, we can't say Hannibal.
Which is understandable, given your last therapist was an inmate in a Baltimore hospital for the criminally insane and, you know, aid his patients.
What's his name? Let's just say it was F. Murray Abraham from Loaded Weapon 1. The flashbacks do make you really miss Jonathan Demme's style, because in this series, it's just the usual TV, let's quick cut to random shit editing.
Do you ever speak with her? Catherine Martin?
As you can see, everything from the cameras to the crime scenes reminds her of Bill, but she's instantly put on a new case from Catherine's mom, Ruth Martin, here played by Jane Atkinson, while her superior is Paul Krendler, who was Ron Vaughter in the original, here played by Michael Cudlitz. Then there's the team, Cal Penn and the rest.
Esquivel's our Army sniper guy. Tripati's our library. Clark's our lie detector.
The show is less smarmy and jokey like NCIS, and more of a grisly Criminal Minds type series. Clarice is our typical lead who instantly knows all the right answers, while telling Krendler, "I need more time," and he says, "No, damn it, you don't have time, I got a press conference, just tell them it's a serial killer." Seriously, sometimes she's just psychic in this show.
He's in the house.
As for the murder investigation in the series,
he has something called autism. You know what that is?
I have a feeling it'll be very early 90s.
Got him into that learning place. Call the place. A place for freaky kids who have to be fed through a tube.
So the plot here revolves around whistleblowers who are turning up dead because they're exposing some clinical trials for migraines, which led to their subjects giving birth to autistic children.
But a lot of the kids of those women turned out to be messed up in different ways.
Well, I see nothing controversial coming out of this. I know this was in development for a while, but was it written in 1993? But really, the series is less focused on the plot and more about constantly reminding you how much better The Silence of the Lambs was, right down to referencing lines.
A little lotion for you, Starling. You just gotta rub it on your skin a little. Keep it smooth. Put it in the basket.
Does the movie exist in this universe and they all know the lines from it? Is one of them gonna make this face and say, I don't know, some nameless guy did that? Even when she's fighting the villain of the week, it spends half of that time flashing back to Silence of the Lambs. This isn't me re-editing clips, this is how it's presented. Even Precious the dog makes a cameo when Catherine Martin calls in traumatized horror character Vision.
Catherine. Is that Precious?
This is a sequence that's trying to show us how Clarice and Catherine have both dealt with surviving Buffalo Bill, but it's too wrapped up in showing us things like the dog. Look, the best of the Thomas Harris universe always brought us something unique, like Michael Mann's classic Manhunter, or the NBC series, which wildly stands out on its own. This here is just your basic TV network procedural that happens to be about Clarice Starling, so they can pad it out with references to the first movie. I'm sure the Hannibal series could have given us a great take on this character. But here, this is more like the kind of show my grandma would probably watch in between an all-new episode of Bull and Bob Hart's Abishola. Again, as a direct sequel, it would have been nice for them to bring in a lot of that Jonathan Demme style, but they don't. It just looks like a TV cop show. Just rewatch a previous season of Hannibal and pray that maybe one day it'll be resurrected. Why not? Shows come back all the time. Thanks for watching, everyone. Subscribe to our channel today, plus follow us on Twitter at The Cinema Snob, and we'll see you next time.